of fear, raise our hands in the air, screaming, we are still here.
I'm a professor of management at St. Joseph University in Beirut. I spent 3 years on a research project about civil society organizations. So we had the catastrophe of the explosion of the Beirut port, and before that we had the economic meltdown that we were witnessing in the country. So the pandemic was not our major problem as it was elsewhere in the Mediterranean. When the pandemic started, we were already in a very difficult situation here. The economic situation was not at all good because we had a hyperinflation, we had capital controls. The social movement that was blocking all the roads and blocking the economy, it was tamed by the coming of the pandemic. And in fact, it released a little bit the economic activity. It helped in relaunching the economic activity a little bit. 4th of August, we had this big explosion in Beirut port, and the priority was not anymore for COVID-19. It was more about the help, the emergency that especially NGOs brought to the city. So you had hundreds of thousands of people coming to the city to help in the rubble, in the emergency, in the delivery of food, and all that. And this is where, in fact, the COVID-19 exploded. You know how social we are. This is the big issue. We cannot be social. We cannot hug each other. We cannot see each other. So we have to stick to these small groups, small families. This is not enough for us. What's helping people cope is, in fact, because they can connect online. I've been around in many countries. Too few people are as social as the Lebanese. So, I don't know, people could go for 1 week, 2 weeks without seeing their friends, without seeing their family, just working all the day. This is not Lebanon. Well, so yes, it is, and people are. You can feel the stress, but you cannot differentiate where the stress is coming from. Is it the pandemic? Is it the socio-economic and political situation, or is it the explosion? Everything. When the explosion happened, the second day, immediately after the explosion, you had all these people from all the parts of Lebanon coming on their own expenses with broomsticks. So this was the broomstick army. So we're 5 at home. My wife, myself, and 3 kids. And all 5 of us, we were volunteering, and each one in a different initiative. So thousands of NGOs were working in Beirut. So to try to coordinate. And what we did is that we helped them in managing their softwares in order to organize the work together. And we also financed some equipment, some repair equipments, and we put it at the disposal of the other NGOs for whomever wanted some machine tools to repair. So this is how we were working. My research about NGO cooperation was not very rosy, let me say. So the results were not very motivating, but how NGOs worked together, despite everything. There were some problems, there were some fights, yes, but despite everything, how NGOs were working together spontaneously, that was the utopia that you want to mention about Lebanon.